you know the counts. You're thinking about pulling in, standing up straight and pointing your toes.
Americans understand cheerleading and they respect it as a sport. I know it's not necessarily believed to be a sport in all the states, but I think everyone understands that it's extremely athletic. All the kids cheer in high school. You know, it's got a history to it. In the UK, it's so new and we're still trying to educate people, and that education's a struggle. And it means that we don't have the same commitment from our athletes to training that the Americans do.
Cheerleading has evolved so much from its origins in the late 1800s. Cheerleading was started, believe it or not, by men, and they were cheering their American football teams on at varsity games. You then go into the 1920s where women in their flapper skirts started joining in, and the routines that they did to try and get the crowds going and entertain throughout the very long games became more exciting and more inventive, and as a consequence the teams started to feed off each other to come up with the best routine and the best acrobatics that they could think of.
My name is Tessa Crowe and I'm the director of Future Cheer Limited, and we are event directors. We run events, 8 to 10 events over the course of a year in cheerleading and dance, and we have a education program called Building from the Ground Up. We also have a large department in apparel where we supply cheerleaders and dancers with their different uniforms, poms, trainers, etc., t-shirts, and just the fun stuff of cheerleading.
I think there's a lot of insecurities in the UK about cheerleading, because when you say to someone, oh, I do cheerleading, they go, oh, Pompoms. And you say, no, that's pom dance. I do cheer routines where we incorporate stunting and tumbling and flipping and pyramids and jumps and dance. And they go, oh, okay, hang on, you say cheerleading and I think dancing around with poms, and they think, the Dallas Cowboys and dancing around the side of a basketball court. And I think because in the UK there is that lack of education and people are so desperate to prove that what we do is a sport, they get very defensive about it. In fact, what we need to educate people about is cheer and pom dance, because pom dance can be just as impressive, in my opinion.
People say, oh yeah, those cheerleaders, they're rah, rah, rah. And immediately somebody says rah, rah, rah and shakes their hands as if they've got a pair of poms in them. That's not cheerleading. That's why they feel that it's not the description that they want to be described by.
I think when you look at the use of pom-poms in cheerleading traditionally through the years, people always associate it with the stereotypical image of a cheerleader, just waving a pom-pom and not doing much else. So in that outlook, you kind of think pom-poms are dated and they shouldn't be used in modern day cheer. But quite the opposite, I think they have a big